Did you guys hear about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's baby news?
This morning, Kensington Palace announcing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will welcome a child in the spring.
Yes, it's true. There's another royal baby on the way. The Duchess and the Prince are expecting their first child, and we couldn't be happier for them. But keeping up with the royals is hard to do because there are a lot of rumors swirling around. Did they officially announce the gender of the baby? Have they picked out the name yet? And what about all those strange predictions that are floating around? Make sure you watch this video until the end to find out the answer to these questions. On October 15, 2018, the world rejoiced when it was announced that Meghan Markle was pregnant. The Duchess of Sussex is due to give birth sometime in the spring around April. But as far as due dates are concerned, even science isn't always 100% reliable. And it's not like Meghan and Prince Harry are in any rush to share personal tidbits about their life. They're keeping a lot of things hush for obvious reasons. For a while, there was constant speculation about whether Meghan was pregnant or not. Every time she wore a trench coat or a loose dress, people accused her of being pregnant. But when Meghan showed up in a super loose navy coat at Princess Eugenie's wedding on October 12, 2018, fans went nuts. Was Meghan trying to hide her baby bump? Evidently, royal fans were onto something. When Meghan and Harry made it official, they sent the media into a frenzy. But to be honest, no one was exactly shocked to hear the news. After all, royal enthusiasts were already suspicious from the get-go. Now the world is dying to know if Britain will welcome a mini Harry or a mini Meghan. But will the baby resemble the Duchess or will they take after their father? Well, apparently, someone has the answer to that question. As you can expect, since this is Meghan and Harry's first baby, the loving couple is really excited. They're counting the days until they can meet their firstborn child. Then again, so is the rest of the world. But the media is going a little nuts trying to predict what the baby's going to look like and how the Duchess and Prince will handle parenthood. Fans of the royal family are already making all sorts of crazy assumptions about the baby. Some believe it will have red hair like Harry, but forensic artist Joe Mullins took it one step further. He studied recent photos of the royal couple and created a rendering of what the baby could potentially look like as a boy and a girl. Yes, we know what you're thinking. Perhaps people are taking things a bit too far. But there's no harm in letting their imaginations run wild, right? Regardless of whether it's a boy or girl, this baby's going to have some pretty stunning features thanks to their unique heritage. And Joe Mullins' renderings are proof of it. The results are pretty believable, to say the least, and while we can definitely see some of Meghan and Harry's features in these photos, we'll have to wait and see what the baby looks like after Meghan gives birth. But one thing's for sure, this baby will be the epitome of biracial beauty. And if there's someone who understands that, it's Meghan, who is of mixed heritage. Her child would reflect the mixed race population that's growing in the UK, but avid royal fans are willing to go to any lengths to find out more about this baby. Some Twitter users are playing around with a strange Chinese predictor tool that was once used by King Palace officials. Supposedly, the tool was discovered 700 years ago inside a royal tomb and it was used to predict a baby's gender. According to reports, the tool claims that if Meghan conceived the baby in July or August, the child will be a boy. And fans couldn't be more excited. Of course, the tool is just for fun. For a more accurate answer, Meghan and Harry would have to rely on their 18 to 21 week scan. Most fans seem to be getting carried away by their enthusiasm, while the rest of the world chuckles in disbelief. But if the tool ends up being correct, then it's bound to get even more attention. Most of these predictions are pretty innocent, but there are others circling online that are downright terrifying. Lady Di's former psychic Sally Morgan told The Sun that Meghan and Harry's baby will be very manipulative. She also claimed that the child will find different ways to get Meghan and Harry to cuddle him or her at night. That sounds like every other baby in the world, right? But the psychic made other predictions that are a bit more promising. She told The Sun that the baby will be happy, funny, and highly intelligent. And if the baby looks anything like Meghan and Harry, it's going to be ridiculously attractive too. Meanwhile, everyone has their own take on what they expect the baby to be like, and the little bun isn't even out of the oven yet. So if you want a little break from Jordan and Chloe's drama, head on down to Twitter where trolls are having a blast with their hilarious predictions. The Twitterverse is going haywire, poking fun at what the baby will be like, claiming he or she will be pretty woke. And the media seems to agree. Sources claim that Meghan and Harry were using white and gray colors for the baby's nursery to give it a gender-neutral motif. Cosmopolitan even reported that Meghan and Harry were thinking of raising the baby with a fluid approach to gender. But the palace claims that these reports have been greatly exaggerated. Somehow, we're not really that surprised. Trolls are probably making light of the fact that Meghan and Harry are pretty open-minded parents who won't rely on archaic stereotypes to raise their child. But what about the baby's name? Could we expect to see another Diana or George at Kensington Palace, or will Meghan and Harry go for a more untraditional name? In the past, the royal family has stuck to traditional names like Elizabeth, George, and Charlotte. In fact, the palace would rather recycle names like Victoria and Alice if it's a girl, or Albert and Arthur if it's a boy. But Meghan and Harry are modern and pretty headstrong, so maybe they'll come up with a really unique name. You never know. But some people are predicting the couple will name the baby Diana if it's a girl, as a way to honor the late Princess Diana. Others claim the baby's name could be Alice, Victoria, or Alexandra. But whatever the royal couple decides to name their child, it looks like he or she won't be alone for too long. Remember Sally Morgan, the psychic who predicted the baby would be manipulative? Well, she's not done talking. According to her, Meghan and Harry's firstborn child will arrive early, if you believe Morgan's sixth sense. But she also claims that the baby wouldn't be an only child. The Duchess and Prince will end up having a boy and twin girls. Morgan claims that the family will have an amazingly bright future, which is not that hard to imagine. After all, the royal babies will be surrounded by love and financial security. That being said, having 3 kids can be a total handful. But if anyone can handle them, it's Meghan and Harry. While Morgan seems to envision a future full of laughter and happiness, others seem to disagree. Some psychics aren't quite as optimistic as Morgan. Some of them are going as far as to claim that Princess Diana herself sent a message from the other side, warning the couple of some turbulence that's coming their way. Okay, we know that's pretty far-fetched, but psychics Terry and Linda Jameson are standing behind their claims. They said that Diana told them that Meghan's family will be partly to blame for their future relationship troubles. Diana's alleged warning from beyond the grave seems to be directed towards Meghan's dad, Thomas Markle. The story between these two is as complicated as it comes. A week before the royal wedding, Thomas was a total no-show after he allegedly staged several photo shoots with the paparazzi, making it all about himself. Eventually, Meghan's half-sister Samantha came forward and claimed she was responsible for arranging her dad's photo shoot with the paparazzi. But even after the photos emerged, Meghan and Harry were determined to get Tom to come to London. After all, he's her father, and Meghan really wanted him by her side. But eventually, Tom decided to stay home. What could potentially cause a father to ditch his daughter's big day? Well, according to Tom, he was unable to travel because he suffered a heart attack. But some reports suggested he might have faked it to avoid going to the royal wedding. Since then, Tom has used the media to trash Meghan, claiming she's really controlling. Despite all the drama her father has created, Meghan has never publicly complained about him. In fact, she tried reaching out through an emotional letter she wrote after the royal wedding. In essence, the Duchess asked her father to stop victimizing her. Tom ends up responding and claimed he wanted nothing more but to make amends. Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry are doing their very best to keep her family issues from wrecking their happy marriage or ruining the big event, the birth of their first baby. But did the late princess send any other messages through psychics Terry and Linda? Well, according to them, Princess Diana had other mystical warnings for Meghan and Harry. The otherworldly message said that scrutiny will drive a wedge between the royal couple. The princess advised them to stand strong and to not let other people diminish their light. Whatever happens, Meghan and Harry should stick together and never let anyone steal their souls. The royal baby hasn't been born yet, and it's already shaking the palace. There's so much going on with the birth of this infant. For starters, Meghan and Prince Harry's first child will not only be of mixed heritage, but it may have dual citizenship too, since Meghan's American. Plus, the Duchess is considering her options when it comes to the birth of her child. A few sources told Vanity Fair that Meghan is thinking of having a home birth, which would be the first one in years. Royal moms like Kate Middleton have given birth at St. Mary's Hospital. But Meghan isn't interested in blindly following protocols. Her only concern is what's in the best interest of her child. Once the baby's born, the line of succession will also get a new branch. Harry is currently 6th in line, making this child 7th. Needless to say, this kid's shaking things up, and honestly, we can't wait to meet him or her. Do you believe these psychic predictions will come to pass? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco.